In other words, a time will come when you try to get what you are looking for now, and you cannot get it because it will be past time.
I'm Director Office of Career Services here in Chuka University, and I want to talk something very briefly about influencers of careers. Influencers of careers, or what influences our careers. What influences our careers, or influencers of careers. Our talk will be interactive. We can share here and there. It will be interactive, and I don't want you to be distracted by what he is doing. I normally have a YouTube channel called Touch of Grace KE, which I encourage the youth to think out of the box. I encourage the youth to think out of the box, or I talk to the youth so that they can think out of the box. There are challenges here and there, but how can we deal with those challenges and become successful in life? That is what that channel is all about. So I normally put this in that channel so that people like you, young people like you, when they go to that YouTube channel, they can be able to learn one or two things. So you can also learn after that, you can be able to learn one or two things. So don't be distracted by him. We will do our thing as he does his thing. Are we together? Are we together? Don't be distracted in any way so that we can be able to flow. Now, I'm talking about influencers of careers. What is it that influences you towards your career choice? What influences you towards your career choice? Who can tell me? What influences you towards your career choice? You are in Form 4. Already I'm sure you've heard people talk to you about careers, or you yourself, you are thinking you want to do a certain career. What is it that is making you think about that career? Or what is it that people have been telling you about careers? Who can tell me? One person. How are you? Yes, tell me. What influences you towards a career that probably you are desiring in your heart right now? Yes? The passion that you have. So the passion that you have can influence you towards a certain career. The passion that you have. What else? What else can influence you towards a career? Yes? Yes? Attitude. The attitude that you have can also influence you towards a certain career. Yes? What else? One more. Yes? Yes? Hard work. The way you work hard will also influence the type of career that you will be able to pick. So influencers of careers can be parental expectation. One of them is parental expectation. I know you haven't mentioned it, but I know some of you, your parents have already told you, I want you to become what did your parents tell you they want you to become? A nurse, another one? A journalist, another one? A what? A lecturer, another one? A lawyer, another one? Your parents have hopes on you. They have great hopes on you, and that's why they are seeing a lawyer, they are seeing a doctor, they are seeing a nurse, they are seeing a journalist, they are seeing all sorts of careers in you. And there are people who are told, I want you to become this, and they felt like, not that one. And there are people that felt like that. Yes. Who can tell me? You were told to be something? What? A teacher. And you felt like, no, I don't want to become a teacher. Actually, most of the students don't want to become teachers. Yes. Even if I am to ask here, who wants to become a teacher? There will be none. But we will be here next year with you. And I'm sure some of you will be running to my office to tell me, I was called to do this course, but I think being a teacher is better than doing this course. Are we together? But yes, our parents may have told us to do some kind of careers or courses that within ourselves we feel like, I don't think I want to do that particular course. So our parents are influencers towards our careers. Whether they influence us in the right way that we desire or not, we still accept that they have a role to play in terms of career choices. So that's one influencer, our parents or parental expectation. And I think sometimes, I'm not talking about your parents, I'm talking about other parents that are outside there. I think sometimes our parents want us to become what they wanted to become when they were young and they did not become. Is that so bad? It's not so bad, isn't it? It is not so bad. But sometimes that's what they want. They feel like, I wanted to become a lawyer, I didn't become. I think my daughter can become a lawyer. But what we are saying is that as much as our parents guide us towards a certain career, let them also listen to what we have passion about. Are we together? So our parents can be influencers towards a career. The second one, the trends, the current trends. What are the current trends in careers? What are the current trends in careers? What are people doing now that probably was not there before? What are people doing now that probably was not there before? Are there current trends of careers that you have noticed and you have seen and they were not there before? Is there anybody who can think about a current trend of career that wasn't there before? Yes. Who can think of a career that it is there now and it used not to be? It used not to be, yes? And you speak louder? Yes. Like a? Yes. These are current trends of careers, okay? She's saying gynecologists, obstetricians, those are current careers. Which other one, in fact, is influencing people so much, which is a current career and it used not to be there before? I want you to talk. Which other one? A current trend. Career trends. Currently. Which other one? Yes? Online teaching. You know, as time goes on, in future, students like you seated here, you'll be taught by someone you are not physically in the same room together with. Even medicine. Before, they used to do physical operation. Now, can even be done remotely. Now, even operations are being done. You don't need to be opened up completely for you to be operated on. If it's something that needs to be fixed, it will be fixed inside there using machines and some things that will just be put in, but it will not be an open surgery. So things are changing. The one that I had in mind, most of you who have YouTube and you actually are, you check in the YouTube, there are these social media influencers. Have you seen them? Yes. Give me one example of one. Huh? Social media influencers. Yes? Size 8, another one. Huh? Kabiwa Jesus, another one. Now can you imagine a parent of my age, my son or my daughter, telling me, Mami, I want to be a social media influencer. Nitakemea hiyo pepo na nitamwambia hakuna kitu kama. Hello? I don't know whether you're getting what I'm trying to say. These are new career trends that are coming up that were not there before. They were not there before. We didn't think, or people didn't think, that you can make money through music. Did people think you can make money through music? No. People didn't think you can make money through being an influencer, being an influencer. People didn't think you can make money through that. So these are current trends of careers that are coming up now that are influencing you, and that some of you now are thinking there is something else that I can be able to do. Career trends that were not there before. He is doing recording, video recording right now. It is earning him something small. This is a career. But initially, would you think that someone can earn money through this? No. But now it is there. So we have current trends. So I want you to be on the lookout. I want you to watch. I want you to think, what is it that you can be able to do now that probably was not there before, but it is helping you to earn money now better than it used to be before. Current trends is an influencer. We have also media influence. We have media influence. Even the example that I've just given, media influence. What are people doing out there that is making them or giving them money? Media influence. Media has a lot of influence Media has a lot of influence even in the kind of careers that we decide to choose. Anything that is exposed by media becomes appealing to us. True or false? True. Anything that is exposed by media becomes appealing. So whatever careers that they are bringing in the social media, they are becoming appealing to us, and we are thinking we can actually become that. So media influence is also an influencer towards our careers. Lack of awareness about the options is an influencer. Lack of awareness is an influencer in the sense that you cannot pick what you don't know. You cannot pick what you don't know. You cannot pick what you have never known that exists. You cannot pick a cause that you have never heard that exists. The other day I was interacting with a gentleman, and he was telling me that he works online. He was telling me that he works online. And the work that he does, even me, I had not heard about it. I had heard so many things. You can teach online, you can do a lot of online businesses. There are many online businesses, even writing, academic writing, and many others. You can do them online. There is forex trade and all that you can do online. But this particular one got me interested because he told me that I work online. And I asked him, what do you do online? Because I'm a career counselor, and I like knowing what people are doing so that I can be able to expose to the students so that the students can know options that they have. So he told me that what he does online, he goes online and he identifies a product, or he talks to a customer who is selling a product. Then he picks that product and he analyzes the product. He analyzes the product, and then he sends it back to the customer. If the customer approves that, then they send it online. So the product is there, and then it has been analyzed, it has been reviewed, it has been described in a way that you and me can be able to understand it. So in that way, that product is able to get more customers, and is able to sell more, and therefore the person having that product, or the person manufacturing that product, earns good money. I was surprised. I asked him, let me use a simple word, something like, anything that is produced, maybe a book, maybe, maybe a pen. He said yes. If you're manufacturing a pen and you've sent it out there, people don't know what that pen can do. People don't know what that book, the quality of that book. So my work is to describe that book, to describe that pen, to describe that product, and make it acceptable to the people, and then I'm paid for it. And I say, wow, there are 1,001 jobs out there. The only problem is that we do not know about them. Are we together? We do not know about them. So what am I calling you to do? I'm calling you to do research. I'm calling you to find out. I'm calling you to try to find out the many jobs, the many things that you can be able to do. Traditionally, and the traditional jobs that we know of, that our parents and my age, your age probably is younger, but people of my age and people older than me, the traditional jobs that they knew is teaching. What else? Being a doctor, being an agricultural officer. I'm enjoying what agricultural officers, being a clinical officer, isn't it? And many other small traditional jobs. But now, those are not the only jobs that are there. There are 1,001 opportunities out there that you can be able to explore. So one of the influencers of our career choice is lack of awareness. So if we have awareness, then we will be able to choose careers widely and so on. Another one is peer pressure. That's an influencer of our careers. Peer pressure. I am sure when I asked what your parents want you to do, you mentioned a few. But now I don't want to ask about your parents. I want to ask you, what do you want to do once you complete Form 4? What do you want to do? What is your desire? Don't tell me what your parents want. Tell me what you want. What do you want to do when you have completed Form 4? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? A teacher. Let's clap for her. Another. Hebu mpigeni makofi vizuri, msiwe na wingi. Hello. Pigeni makofi mzangazi. There is a teacher in this room. You know why? We will retire, isn't it? When we retire, who will teach your children? Another one. What would you like to become? What would you like to become? A lawyer, yes? Another one? What would you like to become? Yes? And an engineer, yes? Yeah? A nurse. Another one? A teacher. Another one? How many people want to become nurses here? I know 90% of this class, they want to become nurses. Nursing is the craze. Nursing is the craze of this generation. Everybody wants to become a nurse. Everybody wants to become a nurse. Some of it is influence from others. Some of it could be passion. Now, some people want to become nurses and yet they cannot be able to stand blood. Hello? You want to become a nurse and you cannot be able to stand what? Blood. Hata ukiambia uchinje kuku unatoroka? Utaki kuona hata damu ya kuku. And yet you want to become a nurse. Can you become a nurse without handling blood? Is it possible? Some people want to become nurses and they don't want to see someone who has died. They want to see a dead person. Do nurses see dead people? Yeah. They even confirm they are dead and then they cover them and they take them to the mortuary. And they don't cry the whole day. Hello? They don't cry the whole day. So, sometimes we are influenced by our friends to pick a career choice or to pick a career just because the other person is doing it. They influence us to pick a career. They tell you, when you tell them I want to become a teacher, they say, no, don't become a teacher. You become a lawyer, become a doctor, become a what? You know, they give you all sorts of other careers other than the one that you have picked. So our friends can actually influence our careers. Another one is some of the influencers of our careers can also be availability of opportunities. Availability of opportunities. They can influence our career choices because sometimes there are no opportunities. Let me just use a simple example. For instance, if the government wants to train 100 doctors, and the qualification for becoming a doctor is an A. Airplane. You become a what? A doctor. But they only want to train how many? 100 doctors. Now the whole country, how many students would have qualified to become doctors? Maybe 1,000 students. And the government wants to train 100 doctors. Because of availability of opportunity, you may be left out and yet you got an A because the opportunities are fewer. Are we together? So that can be an influencer towards your career choice because now you reason and say, now that I was not able to become a doctor, I can choose yet another career and I can pick that particular career. Then we have focus interests. Focus interest. Interest and passion is an influencer to our career. Interest and passion is an influencer to the choice of our careers. The choice of our careers. What are you interested in? What are you passionate about? What do you really want to do? What do you have passion towards? Do you have passion towards nursing? Do you have passion towards, journalism? Do you have, or is it just the excitement of you seeing the way they look? The journalists, the way they look, and then you desire, I want to become a journalist. Journalists go through hardship. Hello? Are you aware? And journalism is not about being a news anchor. It's not about being in the newsroom and reading news. You can be sent in the field to go and gather what? News. Are we together? And it can be a dangerous place. I do have that passion that you can risk your life to go and gather news for people. Are you able to do that? So you really need to know what it is that you want to do, and it has something that you have to have interest about, you have to have focus on it, and you have to have really, the desire to be that. Otherwise, you will not be able to manage to be that. We have had people who have trained as nurses and they did not become nurses. They completed, folded their degrees and started doing other things because they cannot stand blood, they cannot stand a dead person, they cannot stand someone being stitched, they cannot stand, bandaging wounds, they cannot stand someone coughing, they cannot stand someone who is desperate, they cannot stand that. So you end up training and yet you will not become that. So it's very, very important for us to know what is my interest, what is the area that I desire to pursue, and the passion and the desire that you have is quite important. So what do you consider when you are choosing your careers? What do you consider when you are choosing your career? What do you consider when you are choosing your career? One of them is your talent. One of them is your talent. What are you talented in? What are you talented in? Do you know that we are all unique in our own various ways? And God put in us something unique that is different from your neighbor, different from your sister, different from your brother. God put in you something. When we talk about talents, what comes to your mind? You think about singing, isn't it? What else do you think about? Running. What else do you think about? Let me come closer. When you talk about talent, what comes to your mind? Dancing. What else do you think about? Acting. Okay. What else? Drawing. Those are the things we think about. And then we tell ourselves, since I am not an artist, I cannot draw. Since I cannot dance, since I cannot run, since I cannot act, since I cannot do this, I don't have any talent. We tell ourselves that, isn't it? No. There is something that God has put in you that is different, that if you pursue it, it will make you great in this life. It can be your patience. It can be your resilience. It can be your wisdom. It can be the ability to listen to other people, the ability to spot problems and to solve them. It can be something which is unique with you. Something which is unique with you. It can be caring for people. It can be caring for people. It can be talking. You like talking, you like advising, you like suggesting things, and you like working with people. It can be that. So don't look at yourself as not having a talent. Hello? Don't look at yourself as not having a what? A talent. There is something that is unique with you. You only need to identify what that is unique about you, exploit and pursue it, and you become successful in life. A writer called Rosemary Maina said that we are all born to fill a void. We are all born to fill a void. On this earth, we are all born to fill a void. If we discover what that void is, we live a successful life. If we don't discover what that void is, we live a life of trial and error. So you need to identify what is it that God has given you, that is inside, that you have a passion about, and you can be able to explore. And that is why, and let me digress a bit, that is why I really don't agree that a student can fail all the subjects, get E's in all the subjects, because the subjects are different and there are many. We have theory, we have geography, we have history, we have chemistry, biology, Kiswahili, English, business studies, home science. There are very many, agriculture and all that. We have all those subjects, isn't it? So I always believe every student must have a subject that they are good at least 3. Hello? At least how many subjects? So that if you consult me in maths, I come and consult you in English. Because you are good in maths, I am good in what? Hello? I don't know whether you're getting what I'm trying to say. So you need to identify the areas that you are good at, because you are talented in your own different way. You may not be able to act, but you can be able to sing. You may not be able to sing, but you are able to take care of people that are suffering. You may not be able to take care of people that are suffering, but there is something are able to create something in life. So don't look down upon yourself. Identify the talent that you have. So that is one way to consider your talent, to consider your career choice by the talent. What talent do you have? Interest, we have talked about. What interest do you have? What is your interest? What to consider when choosing a career? What is your interest? What are you interested in? Interest is one thing you consider when choosing a career. While the advice from our parents and significant others can be our cousins, it can be our friends, it can be, while their advice is good, we need also to find out what our interest is. So listen to what your parents are saying. Listen to what your guardians are saying. But even as you listen to them, tell them your passion. Are we together? Tell them your passion, your interest. What are you interested in? So you need to find out what you're interested in. Another thing, number 3, is performance. Performance. Performance is something else that we need to consider. Performance is something else that we need to consider. I have heard you say, I want to become a lawyer, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a teacher. All those are professional courses. All those are professional courses. They require you to pass highly for you to be able to do that course, including teaching that you look down upon. All these teachers that you see in your classes, they were the best in their classes. They were the best, and I can attest to that. Most teachers, ni wale walikuwa number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Those are the people that became teachers because they went to do a professional course, which is teaching. Are we together? So again, your performance can influence the kind of a career that you pick, the kind of a course that you pick. We are talking about opportunities probably in terms of being employed and probably in terms of starting your own business. Are we together? In terms of starting your own business, in terms of getting employment. So again, choose a career that has available opportunities, So it's very, very important for us to think about those particular things as we choose our careers or as we pick whatever career that we want. What is important is not how much intelligence you have, but how you use what you have. What is important is not how much intelligence you are or how much intelligence you have, but how you use what you have. So it's very important for us to think about those particular areas. Now we have some challenges of that hinder career development, which I'll just go through. I'll thrash them, and then we will look at some of the careers here, and we can be able to look at the qualifications. There are some challenges that hinder career development. One of them is poor time management. Dr. Grace has talked a lot about how you need to conduct yourself. She has talked about us not going to the toilet. I hope you wrote that. Hello? Hatuendi choo tena, si ndio? Hello? Poor time management. We have a lot of free time. Even in school, we have a lot of free time. But how do we use that free time? Okay, we may not have free time. We may have time that is allocated for preps. How much do you do in that prep? Can you be able to say, these 3 hours of preps, I have been able to understand this and that. I've been able to read this topic. I've been able to understand that and that. So you really need to handle your time well and manage your time well so that you can be able to avoid wasting a lot of time that you should have used when you are reading. So poor time management. Another one is procrastination. Procrastination is something that you are supposed to do today. You tell yourself, today I will not do it, I'll do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, you say, I'll do it the following day. The following day comes and you say, I'll do it another time. Procrastination is a hindrance to career development. Another one is peer pressure. I think we have talked about that. Negative peer pressure can hinder career development. So you find yourself that you are someone who probably could actually have become a lawyer, but you have not become a lawyer because you were influenced negatively by your friends and you are not able to achieve the grade that you desire to achieve. Are we together? Peer pressure, negative peer pressure. Another one is drugs and substance abuse. It's a hindrance to career development. Drugs and substance abuse. Drugs and substance abuse. Substance abuse, alcohol abuse, legal drugs abuse, and also illegal drugs abuse. Illegal drugs are like bang, cocaine, mad drugs, and all that. Maybe those ones are too far. We may not even have an idea how they look like, but bang is common. Bang is very, very common. And while bang has a lot of myths surrounding it, that people who are using bang, they feel that bang should be used. It's a holy weed. What else do they call it? It helps you to focus and pass the marks that you desire to pass and all that. All those myths that they talk about in bang, they will backfire. They will backfire, and none of those actually helps them. So let us keep off drugs. Let us keep off drugs, both legal and illegal drugs, because they make you lose focus. Toxic relationships is another hindrance to career development. Toxic relationships. Dr. Grace talked here. She talked about ODO, Operation Distract Us Out. She said that, isn't it? Operation Distractors Out. And she was giving an example and saying maybe one of the distractors could be a relationship. It could be a boyfriend, it could be a girlfriend, it could be a toxic relationship. You cannot concentrate, you cannot read, you cannot do anything because you are thinking about this particular person. Toxic relationship is a hindrance to career development. Not only at your level, but even at college level. You've had so many people who have killed themselves or have been killed by a boyfriend, killed by a girlfriend, or killed themselves because of a relationship. So toxic relationships can be a hindrance to career development. Another one is skepticism and negativity. Skepticism and negativity. Skepticism and negativity. When you are skeptic, even when we are talking to you now, you are just there. We are just there, we talk and we finish and we go. You are skeptical that whatever we are talking about will help you, and yet it will help you. You are negative about everything. You are negative about your teachers. You are negative about, your school. You are negative about everything else. You are negative about your family. You are negative about yourself. You feel you cannot. Like when Dr. Grace was saying you write the grade that you desire, the target grade that you desire. I don't want to check what you wrote. That I'm sure there are people who wrote grades that are quite low because they are telling themselves, will I really manage to get a higher grade? Are we together? That is negativity. That is negativity, and it will actually hinder your career development. It will hinder your career development. How to deal with negativity? How to deal with negativity? 1, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Those who succeed are not better than you. They only believe in themselves. So believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. There is somebody who said that I would like to share with you. That when you are negative about yourself and about your performance and about your capability, you influence your brain to be at that level. You influence your brain to be at that level. For instance, when you tell yourself, me, I cannot get a C+, you influence your brain to think at that level that you cannot be able to attain a C+. And so this person was saying that our body cells, our mind, our thinking, our body cells eavesdrops on our thinking. Eavesdrops on our thinking. And whatever we tell ourselves we can't, we cannot. Because our body cells agrees that you cannot. I want to give you an example. For instance, if you woke up early in the morning and you dressed yourself and you are ready to go to class, and when you reach class, your desk mate looks at you and then tells you, are you okay? You don't look okay today. And you say, I'm okay. And actually, that time, you're wondering what they're talking about. and you tell yourself you're okay, and then you continue. At break time, another person looks at you and tells you, are you okay? You really don't look okay. What are you feeling? I think you're not feeling well. You start wondering. In the morning I was told, and now I'm told. Am I actually feeling okay? Your brain is listening. Your brain is listening. And it is agreeing that actually you're not feeling. By 4, when another person tells you don't look well, you will actually fall sick and you'll go to see the nurse. Hello? Hello? Are you getting what I'm trying to say? And that is why there is a lot of talk about how you raise your children for parents and how you talk to your parents. If your parent or if a parent continues to tell their child that they are stupid, they actually start becoming stupid. The same to teachers. Teachers have been told not to abuse students, not to tell them, wewe huwezi shika. Hello? You cannot get this, you cannot understand, you are stupid, you cannot do this, you cannot do the other. What they are doing, they are making the student and the body cells to agree that they cannot be able to do it. But when you get someone who tells you, you can do it. I can see you can do it. I can see you are clever. I can see you are intelligent. I know today you've gotten a C, but tomorrow I know you're going to get a C+. Hello? Your body will prepare to get that C+. Your mind will prepare to get that C+. So believe in yourself. For you to be able to thrash out negativity and skepticism, believe in yourself. Another thing is exercise. Exercise, not physical exercise, although you can do it so that it can accompany, but exercising, reading, and understanding over and over again. Exercising, reading, and understanding over and over again. Practicing. If it is maths, practice maths. Practice over and over again. If it is reading biology, read over and over again. If it is reading history, read over and over again. Are we together? We are told that practice makes perfect, but practice also makes progress. Practice makes perfect, practice makes progress. When you practice over and over again, you are enhancing your memory to remember, you are enhancing your memory to understand, and your brain is the greatest computer in this world. Your brain is the greatest computer in this world. So when you practice over and over, you put in the brain over and over and over, you will be able to understand. And finally, visualize. 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 Visualize, because we are told we remember what we see. We remember what we see, but we forget what we hear. Hello? We remember what we see, we forget what we hear. So we need to visualize, we need to see with our physical eyes, with our internal eyes. We need to see, and we need to also practice, and we need also to work on it so that you can be able to see. So start seeing yourself as better. Start seeing yourself as better. Start seeing yourself as better, then you work towards that. And that's why Dr. Grace said, if you put your target on the desk, it will remind you every time. You will be visualizing yourself getting that particular grade. You'll be visualizing yourself getting that particular grade. When you talk about visualize and remembering what you see, we are told that most of the time when you meet someone on the road, you may look at them and then say, you look familiar. Has that ever happened to you? You look what? But I don't remember your name. Has it ever happened like that? You look familiar, but I don't remember your name. It has never been, I remember your name, but I've forgotten your face. Is it possible? No. It is always you look familiar, but then I've forgotten your name. What does that tell you? That we need to visualize, we need to see, we need to act on, we need to, every time, constantly, we need to work on so that at least you can be able to understand. And that's why, even as students, when teachers are teaching you, they teach you verbally, then they also write on the board, or they tell you to do what? To write. And then after that, they tell you to read. So you've heard, you've written, and you've continued to read over and over again. And you will be able to develop a positive attitude. You'll be able to develop a positive attitude as opposed to negativity, and you'll be able to do well in life. And finally, as you continue to read, as you continue to read, as you continue to revise, as you continue to do this, I always tell students, you cannot be able to manage without God. It doesn't matter which God you worship, so long as there is a supreme God. So long as there is a supreme God. Your worship and your recognition of a supreme God is the one that will propel you towards a better performance. So every time you're preparing yourself to read, I want you to do this. I want you to ask God to give you understanding when you are reading. To give you understanding. Then ask God to give you knowledge. Ask God to give you knowledge. Ask God to give you wisdom. Ask God to give you the spirit of remembrance. And finally, ask God to give you the spirit of concentration. Can I say that again? Yes. Quantify all of them. The spirit of concentration. Do you know there are people during preps, there are people who don't concentrate. Preps is 2 hours, but after 2 hours they ask themselves, what have I done? They cannot remember anything. Not because they were not in class. They were in class, but they did not have the spirit of what? Concentration. As they are just about to sit down to read, they remember their book is in East. So they run from West to East to take the biology book. When they come into class, as they are entering class, when they are just about to sit down, they hear people talking at the back. They start turning back. What are you saying? They are nosing there. Once they are told whatever is happening, they are just about to sit down. They see a figure pass in front of the class. They are out to go and peep. Who is that passing? Hello? And finally, the prep is over before they have done anything. So you need to ask God to give you the spirit of what? Concentration. Then you need to ask God to give you the spirit of understanding. Whatever topic you are reading, know the topic and then tell God, help me to understand this topic. If it's a topic on respiration, if it's a topic on faith in God, promises of God, or Abraham, or if it is a topic on volcanicity, whatever it is, the topic that you are reading, ask God to give you understanding. Ask God to give you knowledge. Knowledge is the realization that you can be able to flow and you can be able to get whatever it is that you are reading, or whatever it is that you are being taught. Then wisdom. Wisdom even in the choice of questions during exams. You need wisdom. You need wisdom. And finally, you need God to give you the spirit of remembrance during exams. That whatever it is that you have read, you can be able to remember during exams. May God bless you so much. Go to physical careers, checking our careers and checking whether we can be able to attain the careers that we